The timing of the crime was disturbing enough, the day after Christmas. But the beauty and innocence of this angelic victim made this situation somehow even more tragic. The only murder on record in Boulder that year would be one the country would never forget. Here's our new primetime correspondent, Mary Fulginiti.
16, JonBenet, thank you.
She was really an up girl.
JonBenet is 5.
She was a ball of fire. She could stand on her head. She could hula hoop.
JonBenet Ramsey.
She was an entertainer from the word go.
She was a spark plug in our family. That's how I looked at her. She kept things alive and going.
Until that terrible day.
Police, what's going on there, man? We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please.
Christmas Day, 1996. And in beautiful Boulder, Colorado, a peaceful, wealthy town tucked away in the Colorado Rockies, a horror is about to unfold. It's 9 p.m. John and Patsy Ramsey return home with their children, 9-year-old Burke and 6-year-old JonBenet, from an evening out with friends.
JonBenet was asleep when we arrived home. We took her to bed and set the alarm and went to sleep.
According to Patsy, she gets up around dawn. She had a family vacation to get ready for. At the bottom of the stairs, she finds a note, a ransom note, 2.5 pages, 370 words.
It said, listen carefully, something like, we have your daughter. And I just dashed back up the stairs as fast as I could and pushed her door open, and she wasn't in her bed.
Explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left and our daughter's gone. How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's gone. Oh my God, please.
Police arrive and search the house. No sign of JonBenet, but later, John Ramsey says he notices something out of place. In the basement, there is a suitcase by the window.
That looked wrong. That suitcase did not belong there.
Several agonizing hours go by. Then police ask John Ramsey to search the house again. In a small windowless storage room in the basement, he makes a terrible discovery.
I saw her lying on the floor with a white blanket. She was lying on a white blanket. The blanket was wrapped around her. Her hands were tied above her head. She had tape over her mouth. Her eyes were closed. And I'd found her, and thank God I found her. I took her upstairs and laid her on the floor and still had a hope that she was alive.
I remember walking in and seeing her lying there in front of the Christmas tree. And I looked at John and he said, she's dead.
What police thought was a kidnapping quickly becomes a murder, one that captures the attention of the nation. Diane Sawyer got an inside look at the crime scene just a few months later, touring the Ramsey home with a close family friend, Michael Bynum.
Entrance hall and living room, right?
Right.
It's a large home, which had been renovated several times, described by some as a maze.
So this is where the bed was.
The bedroom where the Ramseys were sleeping that night, a converted attic on the 3rd floor.
So now we're going down the stairs toward JonBenet's room. So this is like a little storage area, sort of. And this is JonBenet's room.
Yes, it is.
Right? And there's a terrace. I didn't know there was a terrace here. And then from here on down.
JonBenet's killer presumably takes her out of this bedroom across the small hall around the winding staircase, where Patsy Ramsey would later say she found the ransom note.
So this is the stairs that leads to the kitchen or to this hall.
And then straight through the kitchen, which is the entry to the basement.
Down these stairs.
Yep. You want to go down?
Yes.
Okay.
In the basement, near where that suitcase was found, there's a window with a large grate that opens to the outside, large enough for someone to crawl through. And toward the back of the basement, that storage room, where JonBenet's body was found. The 6-year-old girl had been strangled with a garrote made from a paintbrush handle and a nylon cord. Her skull was fractured, and there was evidence of sexual assault. How could this happen? A little girl murdered in her own home at Christmas. Even as the Ramseys bring their daughter to their hometown, Atlanta, to be buried, they are bracing themselves. The Ramseys say an intruder must have killed their daughter, but police are leaking information to the media that they think the Ramseys did it. This set the stage for the two competing theories that dominated the case for 10 years. Was the killer an intruder or an insider? And as a result, one insider, Patsy Ramsey, remained under a cloud of suspicion for the rest of her life.